Hello, scrappers. Now, in the comments to my last video where I did a scrap pickup and I got a whole lot of handheld barcode scanners, I'll put a link to that video up here and in the comments. Somebody wanted me to make a video of tearing down the barcode scanners. Well, I'm sorry to say they're already all torn down. You got to be a little quicker with your requests than that, because I jumped on those, and the ones that didn't work I tore down pretty darn quickly just to make space in the shop. So, but I can show you what I got out of them. Most of them are pretty simple, come apart pretty easy. Most of them had like 2 little circuit boards in them and a bunch of optics. And some of the optics are kind of interesting. The older ones had this kind of setup over here. It looks like there's a laser over here that shoots back here, and there's a little electromechanical gizmo back here that makes this mirror vibrate, and that's what produces the scanning beam out here that scans across the barcode. And then I imagine that there is, see, this would be the laser right over here, and I imagine there is some sort of photoresistor or phototransistor inside this housing here that picks up the reflection. So that's kind of, I kind of like that electromechanical little gizmo there. It looks like probably a little permanent magnet and a coil, and they probably modulate that coil, and it makes the whole mirror wiggle back and forth like that to make the laser beam scan across the barcodes. And there's some logic on this. Let's see, one of these I took the tape off the bottom. So there it is, lots of little logic chips on them. And I think these had a second, yeah, they had a second little circuit board in the handle part. This was, of course, up in the head part. And these had a second little circuit board down in the handle. And of course, there was the connector for the cable. So 2 little circuit boards came out of those older ones. The newer ones were a little different. They had 1 circuit board up in the head, like this, and there were a couple different models of these. But they had 1 circuit board up in the head, and then this part right here with all the optics was bolted on the bottom of this circuit board. And this all fit in the head. And instead of, let's see if I can get this to, there we go, adjust the lighting a little bit. Instead of scanning the beam back and forth, they've got some illumination LEDs here that were just on or off, and some lenses up front. And in the very back, they've got like a 1-line CCD imager that would look at the image coming in. At least that's what it looks like to me. And these 1-line CCD imagers look like they've got a lot of gold contacts on them, so that's nice. So I separated these out. They've got gold-plated pins on them, as well as, you can't really see it on the front because the lighting's bad, but looking through the glass front of the thing, I see gold in there too. So there's a fair amount of gold in these optics here, in these newer ones. Yeah, so the optics are neat. Lots of little lenses and prisms and stuff in here, and LEDs, and some had 2 LEDs and some had 4 LEDs for illumination. I'm not sure why the difference, but they've all got this 1-line CCD scanner in the back that's just looks like it's just loaded with gold. So I've got quite a few of those. And then some had this setup right here, which I don't quite understand how it worked exactly. I think there were optics built into the front of the scanning head that I threw away with the scanning head just because all the electronics were here. But it's a nice little compact little circuit board with a lot of gold plating on it, which is nice. Plus ICs and whatnot. So yeah, some of these, yeah, there's one, have a lot of gold plating on them. And there's another one. Yeah. So these boards have a lot of gold plating on them. So tearing down these barcode scanners was worth it. And I was wondering about this mirror, this scanning mirror back here, because it was made for working with red laser light. I'm wondering if that mirror isn't flashed with a coating of gold too. So what I'll do is I will put this stuff through my gold stripping solution, and I'll put a link to that up there. And there's going to be a new video coming out on the gold stripping solution in the not too distant future, I hope. I'm basically scaling up the process. So, but I will put this stuff through the gold stripping solution, and we'll see if that gold coating on the mirrors disappears. Because I'll bet that's just a vapor deposited gold coating on there. And of course I got all the gold plating on these. And once the gold plating's off, I'll depopulate the chips, and I will get the gold out of the chips too. And if you go to my website, my urban gold mining website, there'll be a link to that down in the description of this video. You can see the entire process that I use for processing IC chips to get the gold out of them. Because there's a lot of gold in IC chips. So I don't let any of them to go to waste. Anyway, sorry I couldn't do an actual teardown, scrap out video on the handheld barcode scanners, but they're already long gone, basically. I just grabbed a few of the boards out of my board bin that hadn't been processed yet, and just brought them out here to show you what was inside them. Some of them also were battery powered, and they had a little radio connection back to the base unit that they sat in to charge the battery. I think some of these over here, no, I take it back. It was these that were like that. And I only had a couple of those. And they had a lithium-ion battery in the handle too. But other than that, not much more than this, just a lithium-ion battery. And the docking station or charging station that they sat in really didn't have much inside it either, just a little tiny circuit board. I've probably got them in my board bin, but I couldn't find them before I did this video. There's just too much stuff in there, and it all got thrown in. Anyway, I hope that helps answer your question, whoever asked the question about the barcode scanners. I'll put your name up here in the captions once I look at the comments again and see who asked. But anyway, thanks for the question. Sorry I couldn't answer it with a proper teardown scrap out video, but at least I can show you what I got out of them for the most part. The rest of it was just a lot of plastic that went in the recycling and some cables. And that's about it. Alright. Thanks for watching. Give the video a like if you found this interesting. Subscribe to see more videos, and keep it safe out there. Bye.